big.
There's news about diesels, there's safety news, and there is a lot of questions.
What do we have? A questionnaire here at the bottom?
We good? Hey guys, welcome to another Talkin' Truck show. I'm Andre with TFL Truck.
I am Kent with MrTruck.com.
Yes, and today's show, we have several things going on. First of all, we have confirmed specs on the new 3-liter straight 6 diesel from GM for their half-ton trucks.
Is this breaking news?
This is breaking news.
Breaking news.
It's on our website as of like an hour ago, and now we're going to discuss it a little bit here in this show. Also, earlier today, IHS, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, released their 2019 safety ratings for the trucks. So we're going to touch on that. But we also have another video that's coming tomorrow morning discussing details of the safety results.
Oh, there's a video coming tomorrow.
Yes. Well, this is video coming now. And there's another video coming tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And also we're answering your questions because always we love interaction and questions, and we have some prepared questions here for trucks, and also your chat room discussion right here that we will address.
Live from Boulder.
Here we go. So should we just jump into the diesel news?
Yeah, let's jump into something.
Right.
Oh,
What's up?
this is GM's news. We've been waiting for what, 3 years, or how long have we waiting on
Well,
this news?
well, remember you and I and Roman and Nathan, we were in Detroit.
I
This
remember
was, what, 15 months ago?
Yeah, so I'm thinking, when the breaking news is so old, you don't know what the hell they're talking about.
So GM unveiled their 2019 new Silverado, the Chevy Silverado in Detroit. This was like 2018 January. And they said, a diesel is coming.
That's all they said. That's all
Yes.
they told
And-
us.
and
well,
then
we knew it was an inline 6, and
Right,
that's it. That's
right,
all we
inline
knew.
6. And until today, we've been waiting for specs, and we have it. And this is according to the GMC website. If you click through the Denali page, you can go to the 3-liter diesel. It's a straight 6, 277 horsepower at 3,750 RPM.
That's tight. That's pretty, for a 6-cylinder, that's pretty high
But
RPMs.
it's also a straight 6.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
For an inline 6, that's high RPMs.
So this is a little interesting because it's the highest horsepower for a half-ton diesel. And we'll mention the others in a second.
Well, yeah, but look at the 460 foot-pounds of torque is only 1,500. That's an idle.
Yes.
That makes me happy.
So
the
it's
torque
kinda
is
like-
right at the startup. That's what you want. That's
Right.
good. That's very good.
Right, so it's a straight 6, so it should be a smooth engine. It's got a single turbo, 277 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. How does it compare to the competition? Well, last year, 2018,
Yes.
Ford introduced an F-150 diesel.
They did. It was a 3-liter V6.
And they actually had their event here in Colorado.
Now, did that have a 10-speed transmission?
Yep. And so does this one. The
Yes, 10-speed. I love it.
Yes, so everybody's going to have 10 speed.
Yeah.
10 speed,
And
10
the half
speed.
tons. The heavy duties, they're not quite all there.
Right, but Ram is a different story. So the Ford F-150 rating is 250 horse,
250.
and there is a V6.
Yes.
Ford
yes.
is a 3-liter V6.
Yes, we've driven them several times.
And
trailers were.
440 pound-feet of torque.
So
less torque.
are we best in class with this inline 6?
We could be. So Ram is working on an eco diesel,
The
the
3
next
liter
generation
V6, yes.
V6 eco diesel, and they're still promising it in 2020, next year. So not quite this year.
So you can't buy one now?
No, because
Oh.
the older 2018 models have gone away.
Right.
They're now used trucks, and the 2020 trucks are not here yet. So their rating that they're predicting for their diesel for Ram is 260 horsepower and
Okay.
442 pound-feet.
Well, then I guess GM is best in class.
Well, there you go.
Now, wait a minute. This is GMC. So GMC all of a sudden this year is the leader in news.
Yes.
They broke out the news on the heavy duty. Now they're breaking out the news on this much awaited 3-liter diesel inline 6.
Yeah, so this is exciting. Of course, what I want to do. Yes, Michael, producer.
I think to throw it in.
Eventually, people want to know about towing specs, which I know we don't know yet, but talk about that a little bit.
I
Yes.
want to know about mile per gallon. That's what I want to know. Is
Exactly.
it going to hit 30 like Ford does on a 2-wheel drive?
Yes, and we don't know exactly this news yet. There was another leak, information leak previously, a couple months ago, that put the GM straight 6 at 28 mpg. But that's unconfirmed right
Yes,
now.
I've heard it from the that group of people who own GMs. They have a little group that is higher than that. But leaks. This is kind of like Congress. It's like congressional hearings. They have leaks all the time. Are we now into politics? Leaking?
No. Every company and every interesting piece of information could potentially leak, and they also said it will have the leak said, not GM, that the tow rating would be about 7,800 pounds. 7,800 pounds,
okay,
which is not a very
high.
is not a very high rating for towing. We cannot confirm that completely yet.
Yes,
but Ford rates their V6 diesel in their F-150 pretty highly. I mean, over 10,000 pounds.
Yeah,
in their truck.
that's probably the highest of the smaller diesels, and that's the thing about the smaller diesels. They do get decent fuel mileage. They are not fast towing machines.
Yeah.
They don't like the Ike. They kind of put up the Ike. Any of it doesn't matter if it's a mid-size or a full-size half-ton. They're not really fast. They're not like the heavy duties.
Mm-hmm.
Those are made for the power. But that's good. That's good. We finally get some news on that, and that's good. That will actually perk up the sales for 1,500 pins. If the price is 5,000, 6,000, I don't know. I'm going to guess it's 5.
It's probably around $5,000. We don't have pricing yet.
Yes, that's right.
None of the websites have pricing, but potentially they might be opening their order books for the new 3-liter straight 6. I want to call a dealer actually. I haven't done it yet.
You're going to look for another leak. Oh, holy cow! Must be the
Wait a
president.
minute. Wait a minute.
Maybe this is just in.
Is that
this
another?
is just in. Chicago, Illinois is out. Wait, if it's not Detroit, I'm not going.
Guys, I think we're just receiving another leak.
Yeah,
Was that a leak?
Yeah, probably was. Leaked all over my shirt.
So
Anyway.
I just wanted to mention one more point. If we look at heavy-duty trucks, Ram Cummins is a straight 6 motor.
Yes, has been since it was born in '89, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Tommy's here. I'm out of donuts. Doggone it. Go get me a donut out there and throw it at you.
Did you have some pizza? Did you get your pizza?
Wow, where were the pizza?
There's pizza
Did
in
you-
the fridge.
You
actually.
did not tell me there was
I
pizza.
forgot.
Oh my gosh, Tommy, can you bring a piece of
Bring a
pizza?
piece of pizza.
It better not be cold pizza.
There's pepperoni and pepperoncini.
Andre, you put it in the fridge.
What is
I
a
put it in the
pepperoncini? What in the world is a pepperoncini?
This show is getting derailed, guys.
Oh, we are. We're off the tracks.
I apologize.
Back to
I
diesels.
Back to diesels. The Cummins, the straight 6, is not known for top horsepower. It's known for torque, right?
Right,
And
right.
really
It's-
low-end torque.
Yes.
So it's really interesting to see that GM was able to eke out 277 horse, which is the highest or higher horsepower
Peak
rate.
torque at 1,500 is very remarkable. I mean,
Yes.
the other ones are. Thank you. It's cold, Tommy. It's
Don't-
cold pizza. What am I gonna do with cold? What do we do?
Okay, after the show. After the show. Okay.
You're getting
All right,
derailed again.
let-
Dadgummit.
Back
Let's-
to diesels. No more pizza. This is talking.
So usually V8s rev higher, right? In diesel.
They are made to. Yes.
Yeah, they're made to
They're
rev
made for
higher.
accelerations.
And a little bit higher horsepower in the V8. So
Right.
this is very interesting. How do you think Ford will respond if they will respond? Do you think they'll eke out more performance from their engine?
Well,
and on and on?
in my opinion, they need. I mean, if you got 30 miles per gallon on a 2-wheel drive, but only 25 on a 4-wheel drive, that's the problem I see with Ford. They need to get that 4-wheel drive up higher, because more people are going to buy 4-wheel drives and probably crew cabs.
Yes.
So I mean, I know they're really proud of that 30 miles per gallon on a 2-wheel drive, but who the hell buys a 2-wheel? Anyway, I think they're going to have to work on that. But
Yes, they
that'll
will.
be interesting.
Right.
Is how this works out with GM. What do you think? Do you think they're going to be closer on miles per gallon between the 4-wheel drive and the 2-wheel drive, or are they going to pull a Ford, or what do you think?
I don't know, but straight 6 engines are known to be a little bit more efficient because they can rev lower, and they can maintain that power at a little bit lower.
And I think
RPM.
they naturally build
So-
torque. They by their configuration. I think they
Right.
can build
And
torque.
you know what I want to
V8s
do?
are for speed. I mean,
You know
ask
what-
John Dillinger. He kept talking about Ford V8s were his favorite car when he was robbing banks. That's why V8 power.
I'm not familiar with John Dillinger.
Speed. You don't know John Dillinger?
No, who's that?
Well, he's dead now, but he was a famous bank robber after the recession, like 1935.
He liked V8s?
Yes, and he
Okay.
talked about that, how he praised Ford on that V8 that came out in their Model A. He was so happy because that was so much faster than everybody,
Yeah.
all the cops chasing him.
Yes.
So, that's one way to look at it. The V8s means speed.
Yes,
And line 6 is dependability and, power and torque and bottom end. Bottom end, that's what we want. Calling
You know what I want to do, right?
I have no idea what you
I want to
do.
get the Ford F-150 diesel. I want to get the Ram 1500 diesel and this new straight 6 Silverado or GMC, and I want to take them up the Ike together.
Okay, can your leakers get that for you? Can you?
I hope so. I hope we can get that going maybe by the end of this year
Oh,
or maybe next year.
that would be
Michael,
incredible.
Joey's cleaning lady wants to know if this is an original design for the 3-liter straight six, or if it's based off of something older.
As far as I understand, it's GM's design.
Not a Zuzu.
No, because they've shared the Isuzu design with the V8 Duramax, the 6.6 liter.
Right, they co-developed it.
Co-developed it, and then of course using the Allison transmission.
Yes.
In the heavy-duty trucks for them. Now they're using the 10-speed, which was co-developed with Ford.
Right, that's good. That'd be interesting too, to see if Ram on a new Eco Diesel, if they go to a 10-speed instead of this 8-speed stuff.
Yeah, they may maintain the 8-speed there.
That's true.
So
I mean,
we'll
they
have
seem to be
see.
kind of stuck there, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I always like more gears is kind of how I roll. But yeah. No, this is really going to be interesting, and be interesting to see how they do tow trailers, because an inline six might have an easier time starting with a trailer.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens. But yeah.
So one more thing I have to mention: we have several sponsors at TFL Truck, and one of our partners is Auto Stop Eliminator.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of new half tons, or actually all of them now, offer start stop, where you can come to a stop and the engine shuts off until you let off the brake again.
Yeah, a lot of those get about 1 mile to the gallon.
Yes.
Oh, look at this.
So
I think they're bringing the jerky, man. I wanted the beef jerky. Where's the jerky?
No, you don't get jerky.
No, I don't get jerky today.
Auto Stop Eliminator is one of our partners. So this device actually works on your Chevy vehicle or Ford vehicle now.
Is that the onboard diagnostics port you plug it into? It looks like that kind of port.
It's kind of under your dash. You can go to Auto Stop Eliminator to check out how to use it and what it does. And what it does is, when you cycle the ignition, you can actually disable auto stop start if you want.
It's annoying for a lot of people, but it does give you about 1 mile to the gallon.
I actually grew to like it.
Well, I like the fuel mileage, so it's a pain in the butt.
But it depends on how good the system is.
Right.
For example, the Ram system is very smooth.
Yeah.
Some of the Chevy and some of the Ford start
a little
system.
bit of a jerk. They flutter a little bit.
There's a little shudder.
And it's weird to see your oil pressure gauge go to 0. I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, I have the oil pressure.
Yeah.
And then it starts up again.
So we'll learn more about the straight six, and we'll get that news out there as soon as we learn more.
Well, that should be cool.
So let's move on to the safety ratings really quickly.
Yes.
We once again tomorrow on TFL Now we'll publish a full video about this. But IHS, excuse me,
Drink something quickly.
Released this data.
Right. So that's the Insurance Institute, Insurance Highway Safety guys.
Right. Insurance Institute.
Yes.
For highway safety.
And that is so cool because, and like I was going to tell you my story on that.
Yes, please.
My oldest brother, he bought a 2014 F-150 Crew Cab, Super Crew.
Okay.
And I taught him these lessons about, if your trailer starts swaying on it, don't hit the foot brake, hit the trailer brake independently.
Yeah.
Apparently he didn't tell his wife that, so he had her driving, and he's on the interstate, and somebody crowds him off on the road, so she had to switch lanes real quick, causing the trailer to sway. And so anyway, they ended up rolling a truck and a trailer, totaling out the travel trailer and the truck. It was a 150. Mm-hmm. But they were in a cage, and they were fine. They didn't. All they got was a couple scratches, and that was it. And I've looked at these trucks before. I talked him into buying one, and the bottom seal of the doors, the main frame there, that's the cab frame, not the truck frame, is like triple layered and reinforced, and that's a very strong piece. And then the B pillar, between the doors, is reinforced.
Yes.
And that's what saved them. The thing did not crunch, the tire didn't come in the freaking cab, and they were fine. And they went out and bought another new F-150. But the moral of that story is that Ford's leading the way with that for safety, and that's great. Congratulations to Ford. Now Ram.
Can you show the Ford F-150 sheet? Yeah, this is the half-ton truck, except there's a Honda Ridgeline up here. I don't know if you can read that in the live show, but if you cannot, it's also on our website, tfltruck.com.
Lots of goods, lots of goods. And A is better than a good, is it?
No.
Oh, it's
green
not.
is always better than yellow.
Okay.
And F-150
it's
is
acceptable. Okay, now I get it.
F-150 is the second line here across, and they actually scored good in every crash test. The 2019 F-150.
That's a great case. Now, the part of that story too is Ram and GM have not done so well in those tests, and a lot of that had to do with that front tire coming in the cab and sitting on your lap.
Right.
And I've noticed on both of those guys for the 19, they put a post behind the front tire, then they put a V-shaped reinforcement piece so the tire can't come inside. So
Right.
you'll see Ram and Chevy's numbers go up, I think, in the next series of tests they do, because they did change that in the 19. That was good. I mean, it's all about safety. We got to have safe trucks, and trucks are big. In the old days, because they were big, they had a frame. You just knew they were going to survive a crash better. Well, now with airbags, with ABS, with all these safety things, they're built like a tank, and that's part of it. Ford's leading the way on that safety thing. I'm happy for them.
But big news is really that out of all the mid-size truck for 2019, mid-size trucks and half-ton trucks, only one pickup truck got this top safety pick, and that was the Honda Ridgeline. A lot of you guys make jokes and say it's not a truck. We've discussed this many times, but it has a pickup bed and it was classified as a truck by IHS, by their organization as well, and it's the only one that got good or acceptable ratings, and also got good, acceptable headlight rating.
Is that better than the Ford 150?
Well, yes,
I know they were in the same class. One was a mid-size, one was a full-size.
But Ford failed the headlight test.
Really? What happens to headlights? Your headlight breaks, you're in trouble, or what happens?
So
headlights? I mean,
over the last couple of years, year or two, IHS introduced a new test. So they do it, in the dark, and they measure certain, the light pattern. Yeah. The light pattern of the light. So how much light it pushes out forward.
That's good. I got thinking that the headlights will come in the windshield and break your face or
not that.
Not a collision.
It's the performance of the headlight.
Okay, I understand.
So Ford, actually, a lot of big half-ton trucks failed the headlight test.
Really, a lot of them are focus beam and neons and
know,
all kinds of stuff.
I know.
They got cool lights on them.
Trucker Dan donated $10. Thank you, Trucker Dan. There's the chicken. Thank you guys for getting right to the news from one of the subscriber sponsor. Might be trading my Ford in for a new diesel 1500. That's going to be interesting, Trucker Dan. Yeah, so we want to learn more about the upcoming diesels from GM and Ram and Ford.
That's good, because GM needs to do something to spur up their 1500 sales. Mm-hmm. They're not doing as well as we all thought they would, and so this might be what perks them up. So
the big news is that most half-ton trucks, all of them, did not get the top safety pick. So they're actually not as safe as cars and crossovers still. Even though with all the improvements you've just mentioned, right, all the frame improvements, all the stiffer frames, all the prevention systems for the wheel not coming in, right? They scored good, but for example, Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra, the new ones, scored poorly on their structure. For the passenger side, they scored marginally on the passenger side. Toyota Tundra was one of the worst performing trucks here because it's the oldest design.
And this is the 19s?
Yeah.
The 19s are doing it. I thought the 19s would show some promise. I'm surprised.
Well, they did. So 19s for Chevy actually got some good marks in the hip, chest, and head and neck injuries as far as driver's side performance. But passenger side performance, there was more problems. There were more problems in their trucks.
Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I guess so. Well, the driver, he's paying attention. He sees that truck coming at him. He's ready. But on the passenger side,
with dummies.
Dummies.
The
dummies don't know what's going on.
So bottom line is we have more details.
That guy over there.
We have more details in a separate video about safety. Trucks are not showing as good results as cars, and it's an issue. So
that's weird, because cars are made out of crap. You know that. What's up with the cars? They got all these crash zones. They got all these little things that collapse.
They also weigh less. They also weigh less.
Doesn't that help you? I thought weight was strength and. Really?
Well, yeah, but you have momentum, right? When you're crashing 6,000 pounds into a wall, you have a lot of force there.
Otherwise, the car just bounce off, or what?
I mean, it's part of it. It's also has to do with the structure.
I think there's something funny going on. That's what I think. I think these tests have got something funny going on. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
So let's transition into questions, right? Okay. Michael, are there any questions like right now in the chat room, or should we just start with prepared?
There is one interesting one about the 3-liter diesel. Do you think there's a chance, and this would be all speculation, do you think there's a chance that GM puts that in the Colorado? Because right now it's the 2.8. Can't be that much smaller than the 3-liter, right? I mean, it shouldn't be that much bigger of an engine.
Well,
I don't know. It's longer.
Because the V6 is 3 long. And this is 6 long.
Right.
Big difference. It's twice as long. How's he going to fit it in there? Throw the radiator out? Or?
I don't know. Do you think there's a possibility?
No.
Mr. Truck says no.
I'm glad you interpreted that for me. People may not have understood me when I said no. So I'm glad you come up with that's good. That's good. It's like an echo in here.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
I say I agree with you, but everybody wants the 2.7-liter gas turbo in the Colorado and Canyon. And I think that makes sense. I think that's more of a usable engine for the Colorado rather than 3-liter diesel. But wait a minute.
Yeah, that makes
now they're going to
sense.
have 3 diesel engines in the lineup.
We're going to have to keep track of all this stuff. We're getting so many choices. How are you going to know what the heck to buy?
There's another question about their latest 6.6-liter gas heavy-duty engine. Well, those trucks are not out yet, and they won't be out till probably summer.
Yeah.
I'm guessing about August. That's my guess, not GM's guess. But the heavy-duty trucks for 2020, their gas engine is rated at 401 horsepower, and I believe it's 466 pound-feet of torque.
Well, I'm sure you're the brain. You're the professor.
I remember numbers. That's kind of what I do.
But yes, you do. You're very good with that. I'm just it's really weird. Ram announces at the Detroit Auto Show we're going to have a new 18, and bam, we're driving it right away.
Yes.
And Ford, they says, yeah, we're going to change some things too. We're not going to tell you what. We're not going to tell you how much. We're not going to give you numbers.
Yeah.
And we're still waiting. And then GM, yeah, let's bring out this cool looking stuff. But you're not going to tell you anything for months and months and months.
Yeah.
So that gives Ram a pretty big edge on getting that new truck out before everybody else by long ways.
Yes.
And I don't understand the marketing now. You think the rest of them would want to jump in and it's spring. Everybody gets excited in spring. Everybody buys houses, hitches, cars, trucks. Mm-hmm. And Ram's the one ready for them. I mean, spring's tax refund time. So who in charge of the marketing of these other two companies? I want to know. I want some answers. Now is when you sell stuff. Get those new trucks on the road.
People want to go camping. They want to be towing trailers.
Yeah.
We just did a trailer review or trailer walk around on a TFO truck channel.
Yeah.
The Cimarron horse trailer from Transwest.
Right.
So
they're ready. They got the 2020s out.
Yes, people want to tow the trailers. So get more trucks out there.
Yes.
We have another prepared question from Dave. Dave is asking, what about Ford FX4 off-road package as it compares to the Pro 4X package in the Nissan? He said, you've tested the Nissan Pro 4X, but how about a comparison? Nissan Pro 4X versus F-150 FX4. Well, we have not done a head-to-head.
Oh, you haven't? I thought maybe you did.
But you just recently purchased an FX4 F-150.
Yeah, but I don't have a Titan to compare it to, so what's your point?
Well, we did.
Well, you did. You don't have it. Where is this going? I want to know where the end of this one is. But no, go get another one. We'll take my truck against it.
So how would you rate the FX4, where FX4 stacks up against the Pro 4X? I mean, FX4 uses Ford-branded shocks, right?
Right.
So it's an off-road package. You get skid plates, you get a rear locker, so you get some off-road goodies. Do you think it's about equivalent to the Nissan?
Yeah, those packages, they're all shooting for the same target. They're shooting for a cheaper four-wheel drive package. They all have the skid plates, special shocks, the locking rear end. I mean, the Tundra's the only one that doesn't have all that. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird. But no, I drove the FX, the Nissan at their Pro 4X at their launch. We went off-road, and I was really impressed with it. So, and it's too. I'm trying to decide if I should do that. And I got 20-inch wheels. I got the four-wheel drive package, and off-road package. Should I take that new truck and climb rocks with it? Should I really do that? Is that what people do?
I think you need
in my age group. Do they do that?
You need to lift your truck about a couple of inches. Put some beefy tires on it.
And then there goes my fuel mileage. You see, I gotta be able to afford this truck.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm not a young kid with a big degree like somebody, and then go buy Hummers, and I don't care what the fuel mileage is. I'll put some 39s on it. There we go. Now let's see if I can even drive it.
Yes.
I'll go plow snow with it. It's so tall.
In my mind, so the Pro 4X Nissan, it uses Bilstein shocks.
Yes.
So they're kind of outsourcing their shock technology, but they also has a locker. Neither truck offer a lift. The F-150 is not a lift. Right. The Pro 4X is not a lift. So I kind of agree with you. They're kind of equivalent.
I think they are. I think they're very, very close. Yeah.
So we should do a test, but we haven't filmed one yet. Next question, Michael. Is there anything in the chat room immediately?
I would talk about talk about some heavy duty trucks from GM, Andre.
Okay, so there was a question from Brent. When are heavy duties coming? From GM and actually the rest of the heavy duty market.
Mean the other two that haven't come out yet?
Well, the Ram's already out.
I know. So that's one that's out. Then there's two that aren't.
Yeah, so here's an interesting part with Ram. For 2019, those are their new trucks. They're labeled 2019. They're actually dealers right now. You can purchase them, but you cannot find their pricing online yet.
Oh, really?
So you have to call your dealer first,
Wow.
which is kind of interesting. I would expect Ram to already have that information available
Yeah.
in the configurator. I was there this morning on their website. I tried to configure a truck, no price.
Wow. Well, you know, I was at the Work Truck Show. Can you tell me, Mr. Wizard, on a Silverado 4500, 5500, are they making the 20s? Are they still making 19s? Are they making 18s? What year is it? If you want to go buy a new
For
one.
the class 4 and 5.
Right,
Yes.
for Silverado. Is it an 18 or a 19 or what is it?
Oh, those are 19s.
Those are 19s.
Yes.
Because, you know, I was at the Work Truck Show and
Yes.
CV,
Yes.
which is the cousin to those from
International.
International. They're selling the 20s now,
Yeah.
which is kind of an advantage. You would think, why would I want
It's-
to? I mean, financing should be better for a 20 than a 19.
It's weird.
So what's GM doing? I mean, don't let the International take the spotlight. Get those things, label them 20s. Let's get that done.
I think they
mean,
might really soon. I was actually looking at the dealer inventory for the class 4 and 5
Yes.
Silverados. We're talking
Yeah.
big, medium duty trucks.
Right.
They're not at our dealer yet. They're not in Colorado. So where are those trucks? So they were promising them, you know,
to Mexico. That's where they are.
this time. So they're not quite there yet. I want to drive one.
Well, yeah.
We haven't driven
I
it
know
yet.
that would be cool. I mean, we could pull. It's not going to pull. It's right now for trailer towing. It's less than what the new heavy duty
Yeah.
35 is going to
Yeah.
be. So we can't really say it. But the payload's cool. So we can get one of the flatbed. We can see how many bales we can stick on. Oh, it'd be fun.
We could stack hay bales to the sky.
Yes.
12,000 pound payload
That's
in
cool.
those medium duty trucks. Now the 2020 1 ton and 3/4 ton trucks, I think are coming in August. That's my opinion.
Which
like
one,
Larry
GM or
said.
Ford?
GM.
GM.
Chevy, and GMC. And then the 4 2020s are likely coming in the fall.
Well, yeah, they could be out tomorrow if they wanted to. I mean,
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like
Ford.
it's not a major body change. It's just engine, transmission, boom.
Yeah,
go.
but you have, I don't know. They said not till fall, right?
Okay, because it's kind of like that Jeep truck, the Gladiator.
Yeah.
That's a freaking Jeep with a bed on the back. They could have made that 5 years ago.
Really?
So why are we waiting so long to come out with something that's not much different? I don't understand it. But anyway, they don't ask me these questions.
So we're actually gonna have on TFL Truck. We're gonna have a Gladiator video next week, and then there's gonna be
Oh.
one in Colorado.
Me and the
in
crazy
April.
producer over there, we're going to see one next week at the Denver Auto Show.
Heck yeah!
We're going to take pictures of me sitting in that puppy.
So on Wednesday,
Just pictures of Kent. sitting
Yes,
in a
that's all we
Gladiator.
need. Me sitting in a Gladiator.
next Wednesday, it's the Denver Auto Show. Denver Auto Show is actually the following weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Michael and Mr. Chuck are going to be there.
Wednesday!
On Wednesday.
Wednesday!
On the press day.
Yes.
On the press day.
Yes.
And we're also going to be announcing our gold hitch and gold winch.
That will
winners.
be cool. Yes, yes. You know what? Mike and I may just keep those belt buckles because they're cool. They are cool.
We might.
We may
We might
not.
just
We,
keep 'em.
we may forget to give those out. We'll just give them a certificate or something. Give them a
So
free.
stay tuned for that.
Like
Next
an
week.
we'll give them an IOU.
Yeah,
It
we'll-
just says one belt buckle.
We'll draw a picture of a belt buckle, stick it in the box, and there they have it.
We'll put some,
I'll be so
some
happy.
lead in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
More questions from the chat, or should we kind of continue?
Getting
with-
off the track here
This
a
is
little.
This is a great question from Joseph Schmo. Can you dress up as a gladiator while showing the gladiator? Well, Andre, you're driving the gladiator next week, so I think you should go. Remember, there's that truck stop,
Yes.
at the gas
Buy
station.
the gauntlets.
Buy the gauntlets and the hat and the
No,
helmet.
I have to buy a full helmet then.
Yeah.
For what?
Well, if you can
Dress
you
up
can
as a
dress up as a
gladiator.
gladiator.
Oh,
while he
yeah,
remains the
with a little
gladiator.
skirt and a little metal tips on the
And
skirt.
he'll get
That what you
he'll
look.
get
Well, that's
the
what those
sword.
gladiators
He could
do.
be like Sparta. and
Spartacus, or
Yeah.
That
like
guy.
300.
Wow.
No, I'm not gonna wear. I'm
That
not gonna
would be cool.
I'm not gonna be like bare chested
If
with
someone
a.
Wow.
puts $50 in the super chat right now, Andre will consider
Yeah.
dressing up as a gladiator.
He'll look
while-
like
while
Putin
he
because he'll be
remains the
bare
gra-
chested and be out there in the sword.
$150 in the super chat.
Hey,
Forget that.
there's a
That'll
place
pay
I
for
know
the
that sells
gladiator
those
stuff.
helmets. I can get you the helmet right now. The plume on top of it.
So $150 and I have to buy a helmet.
Yes.
Okay, $150 super chat. Okay,
Let's see
so
that.
should we move on before this gets crazier?
Yeah.
We're getting off the tracks again.
How to handle trailer length. Greg is asking. That's
How
a
to
good
handle
question.
it? What do you mean?
So
What's
it's
different
on-
about it?
So here's the question. All these new 24-foot box travel trailers, actually they can be longer.
Mine's 26, and it's a box.
I've seen
and it's
29 footers.
Yeah.
So these trailers are getting longer and bigger and heavier.
Now, what you got? Okay, I know how to answer that. If that's what it
They're,
is.
well, 1 second, just
Oh.
1 second. I
You
know
don't
you
want
can
me to
take
ans-
this.
you don't
I
want me to
know.
answer the
I know you
question,
can do. They're advertised as a half-ton towable, and by weight, they may be. But what if you get that big, giant trailer, maybe 28 feet long, and how do you set it up properly?
Well, that's a good question because travel trailers, the whole RV industry, they're a bunch of morons over there. And they build everything out of particle boards. It's ever going to crash, it disintegrates and blows up. Ain't nothing there.
Whoa.
It's like a horse trailer rolls over, you just turn it back over and take off. But an RV, it disintegrates. But
I've seen that actually.
the biggest problem with the RVs is because of that half-ton crap, they wanted to try to make you think that every one they make will fit on a half-ton, which is baloney. So what they do is they move the axles almost to the middle. It's called a teeter-totter.
Okay.
And if you go to California and, they have these expansion joints just the right length apart. So it's called a porpoise action. You go in and out, you hit expansion joint. So the whole time you're going down the road like you're dipping and diving out of water, like a porpoise. That's why it's called that.
Oh,
That's the problem. But
is
if you
there
have,
Elvis pelvis?
if you don't have a good weight distributing hitch with sway control, then you can have the Elvis pelvis, you can have porpoises, and you got dolphins and Elvis out there. Right? And it's dangerous. And another thing you got to watch with an RV, because they move those axles too far forward,
Yeah.
you have that wide swing. So you turn a corner and you're wiping out 3 kids there in the corner trying to cross the street. So that's what you got to watch. You got to watch your corners. You got to watch behind you. I'd put a camera in the back of them so you can see
Yeah.
them. And I have a toy hauler. It's not as bad. The axles are pretty decent on it. But you got to watch that. And if you look at, if you ever get a Dexter manual, they make most of the axles in the country. In the Dexter manual, their little formula shows 2/3 in front of the axle, 1/3 behind the axle.
Yeah.
And that's how commercial trailers, that's how horse trailers are made. But RVs are a teeter-totter. They put them in the middle. And they only do that to try to fool you into thinking you can pull everything with a half-ton. That's baloney. So I understand it's a problem. And so that's what you got to do. You got to get a really good weight distributing hitch with sway control. And then watch your tail. Watch when you turn a corner how far that dang tail swings, because
And-
that can cause problems.
And also, if you get a longer wheelbase, so if you
Yeah.
get a crew cab truck, maybe with a longer bed,
Right.
you have more length in your truck, so your truck is more stable. If it's a little bit heavier, then you can handle that porpoising a little bit better.
Yeah, longer wheelbase does help you.
and-
That's
and
true.
The sway.
Yeah.
And the sway.
Yeah, so that's all what you got to get used to on that thing. But make sure you get a really good weight distributing sway control. And I don't mean the stupid little sliders on the hitch with the little ball.
What
and
about little
it's garbage.
chains?
Well,
Little chains.
don't give you much either. But you want something that has it's friction. Sway control, other than electronic sway control, which the Tucson makes a great one of those, that actually uses your brakes and brakes you left and right and totally controls you. But if you're going to use it on a weight distributing hitch to level out your truck and trailer, then the ones that have the biggest drag, like an equalizer, like Gen Y, all those, they go through a little bar and it drags. As you turn the corner, you hear it squeaking, and that's because the metal is grabbing metal, and that's how most sway controls are, is friction. So get a really good sway control type, and that will help you. And then just practice, get used to that long tail back there wiping out all the people in the intersection,
Yes.
and then you'll learn a lot.
You
But
gotta be careful. You have to have a commercial driver license for big trucks, but you have to know a lot for towing trailers in general.
and see too, that's like, I think it's in Texas and California, those RV guys are now having to get like a Class A and learn
if you're
some
over a
basics.
certain weight.
Yeah,
Right.
because and that's how they should be across the country. If you're pulling that giant RV, you should know something about how to handle it.
Yeah.
And not just truck drivers. I mean, they've got some giant RVs, and you got these 90-year-old guys who can barely see over the steering wheel, and there they are going down the highway trying to run over me. So we need to change a few laws. And trailer in general, I mean, Australia, you have to have a 3-inch ball. You have to have air brakes over 10,000 pounds. Australia, I mean, in Canada, you have to have a big box for your breakaway battery. You have to have an annual inspection on your trailer. You go to Europe and you buy an RV, that RV has to go on a track and survive the track before it can be sold. In the U.S., if it's got a couple lights on it, you're good. Yeah. Maybe brakes on one of the axles. But
Yeah.
so
You gotta
anyway,
be
it's
careful.
a problem. It's a
Yeah.
problem. We all got to be safe with traders, and we always preach about that. And anyway,
Well, you were just preaching.
I was just preaching.
One more question.
What's he doing with his neck
My-
over
my-
there? I need give me a
Yeah,
give me a
dude.
donut. I'm going to throw a donut at him.
Michael says,
Right to the eyes.
we're
Yeah,
getting
you
to
got
the
time
end.
for one more. Yeah.
We're getting to the end of the show, but Dustin had a related question, so I want to get to Dustin's question really quick.
Okay.
Right here, he's shopping for a half-ton truck.
He
but-
bought a boat. He's like Andre. He's got a boat. I love
Oh
it.
yeah, but his boat is a bit heavier. His boat and trailer weigh 8,000 pounds. My boat is a 22-foot ski boat.
Right. I've been
and,
on it.
So, oh yeah,
You've been on
I
his
have.
boat?
Yes,
We've
I've
been
been on his
skiing.
boat. It's
Did
on
you
his
go-
birthday. He
were
turned
you-
40 last summer.
Were you water skiing?
I was up on top smoking a cigar with his dad. We having a blast. It was great.
Oh my
Women on bikinis running all over the place.
Oh my
It was a
God.
wonderful
Oh my
party.
God.
Anyway,
don't tell people my age.
okay. He turned last year.
So he lives in Utah and he wants to tow the 8,000-pound boat trailer up and down mountains. The question is, can a half-ton do it? Technically, yes. But
2
one
to
thing-
3 times a week. This guy is mobile. Look at that.
Wait a minute, Dustin. If you're towing that often, you gotta go with a 3/4 ton.
Well,
I would say.
I think it would be better. I mean, that's not a real heavy trailer, but 5,000 feet is up there a ways.
It's high elevation.
And
it's mountainous terrain.
Yeah, I-70 going through Utah. There's some place where you go on a long grade for like 20 miles, and you got to have a hell of a transmission cooler to survive that.
And
So
also brakes
if it was
and
me towing
trailer
that many
brakes.
times, I would agree. I would go with the 3/4 ton at least,
Yeah.
and you'd be happier
So,
with that.
so yeah, you gotta test drive some heavy duty trucks. They're now riding better than ever before. If you buy a brand new, you don't have to go diesel. Get a
Right,
gas powered
right.
3/4
Get a
ton.
good axle ratio, so you're not really.
Yeah, so
Harming the engine.
It's really possible. So on this note, let's wrap up the show.
Yeah.
So we had some 3-liter diesel news, and of course safety ratings that came out for trucks, which is a hugely important story. And of course, thank you guys for sending your questions, and you can send them to ask@tfltruck.com, and we'll get to them.
Yeah, that last guy says yes, get a diesel, not a gas, for Ryan.
Always get diesel.
Well, for
No,
15,000 pounds.
For
and all
15,000
and the
pounds.
wind. Yeah, Ryan, get a diesel. That's all there is to it.
Ryan, if you're towing 15,000 pounds with a 42-foot trailer, get a diesel.
And if you're having problems with any of this stuff, like the boat, bring it to us. We will break it in for you, try it all out, and making sure we're giving you good advice. But bring your toys to us and let us test them and break them in.
That is, we will.
All right, see ya.